Well, guys, I'd like to welcome you to the very first of what Blake actually named, like randomly one night whenever we were talking, called After the Mow. So you guys have seen this stuff before where we talk about videos that we've done in the past and we answer your questions and kind of give you an update on it. But we never really knew what to call it.
Right. Yeah, I just thought it would be a neat idea for us to be able to circle back to what we've done, but then also give everybody at home an update to what happened on this project, maybe customers' reaction, some things like that, kind of the behind the scenes, the story not told, and be able to share it with them.
Yeah, that's always been the tough thing for me because I see it in the comments from you guys all the time where you talk about, hey, would you give us an update? Would you give us an update? And I'm like, I don't really know how to give you an update because I don't want to create like this little 1-minute video of updating you. Right. But we thought doing it this way, podcast style, would be the best way. And we'll go back and we're actually going to watch the video along with you guys and we'll kind of talk about it and talk about a lot of the questions you asked and tell kind of the After the Mow story. So that's where the name came from. So we may end up turning this into a podcast. We're not sure yet. We'll see about that in the future.
Yeah. If you guys at home want that and you want to listen to it, then let us know in the comments down below and we'll get to working on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we'll do is I'm going to kind of start the video, the intro. We'll listen to the intro, let me talk, and then Blake and I'll jump in, or we'll jump back in after that and kind of start answering your questions, because I know one of the biggest ones is, you know, how much money did we raise, and were we able to help the guy save the house? So let's hit that intro, watch that, and then we'll answer your questions. All right, guys, so we got another nasty cleanup here. And one thing we want to talk about is one thing Blake and I do whenever we find these is we always try to reach out to the person that owns it. The house is empty. One thing you guys don't know is I am a real estate agent, so I'm able to kind of get a little bit of information on these houses, and we can get the information of the person that owns it. We were able to call this guy, and we got a little bit of the backstory and what's going on and why it's gotten like this. And he takes care of his disabled son. He doesn't live here anymore. The house has some back taxes on it. It was like $3,500, and the city is actually gonna auction it off. They've repossessed it, I guess, kind of from him, over $3,500. This is tough because we started doing this to help people, and that's exactly what we want to do. And hearing this guy's story, knowing what he kind of went through, we want to try to help. So we're going to start making some phone calls and see if we can possibly pay this $3,500 and stop the auction. And then if we can get the auction stopped, I'm going to try to reach out to this guy as a real estate agent and see if he'll let me list this house for him and see if I can get it sold for him, get some money in his pocket for that. But we also want to help him by first and foremost getting the house cleaned up. It's really bad, and that way he's not getting any more city violations on it. They're not tacking on more charges and all that kind of stuff on top of this and just putting more on his plate. So today we're gonna get it all cleaned up and get it looking nice. We're gonna get it more information. But guys, what you guys can do to help us with this is push this video. Hit that like button, comment on it, share it, whatever you can do to push this video, get it out there so that more people see it, and that helps us to go out here and pay this kind of stuff and try to get this kind of stuff stopped and help people. So whatever you can do, we're going to put it forward to the next person. Okay, so a little behind the scenes on this was that that part was actually filmed like, what, 2 to 4 weeks before we actually came back and did the yard? Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah, we decided we were going to come back right before the auction, so that way it would look really nice, because we figured out that we weren't going to be able to help him get the property back. It was kind of beyond that point. Plus, there was a lot of stuff that was at the bank that was still due. He didn't have the money to be able to pay the mortgage if he did get the house back. So, I mean, there's just so many contributing factors to that.
Yeah, that was one thing about that intro that I struggled with when we put the video up, because when I made that intro, I didn't actually have all the information.
Right.
You know, all he was telling us was the $3,500. We didn't really know that, you know, he owed the bank money, and, you know, there was a lot of other things going on in the background other than just that $3,500 that he told us about the back taxes.
Right. So I think once we kind of figured all that out, we said, okay, let's do it as close to the auction date as we can. Somebody went in there and like tried to knock down the front and like only mowed half of it. I remember that. But just try to get it looking as good as we can, so that way it would bring the most at auction, because we found out that anything that, like, say he owed the bank $50,000, if it sold for $30,000, he was still going to be liable for that remaining difference there. And so we thought, hey, what can we do to make this house bring the most that it can at auction, for him, so it's less headache down the road.
Right. So it made it, kind of the smart move on us to wait and do it closer to that auction time. And, to answer your guys' questions, the biggest question was what happened with the house. Well, as far as I know, the house actually got auctioned off, I think in July, I believe. The 1st of July, they auctioned it off. I don't know if it was one of those courthouse step auctions or if they auctioned it at the property. But there was just really no way that Blake and I could step in and stop the auction. There was no way we could step in and purchase it. I think the guy was kind of beyond the point of wanting the house anymore anyway. He had so much on his plate. His son has a lot of issues, and he has to take care of him and help him, and they live on very, very minimal money.
Right. Yeah, that was the thing he explained to us, is just everything that was on his plate. This has just become one of those things that was just haunting him, just kind of needed to close that door in his past and just be able to move on. And so, we were really excited, hoping that this video would do really well. That was our hopes in that moment, was that this video will do really well, it'll get shared a lot, and that we'll have this opportunity to be able to help these people.
Yeah.
And
I was really hoping it would actually do better than it actually did.
Right.
And I mean, that's tough to say because it did good. I mean,
Right.
It got over 300,000 views, and that's all because of you guys liking the video, commenting on the video. All these things help that algorithm to push these videos. And a 300,000 view video isn't bad, but, I was hoping for like millions of views.
Right.
Because in my head, I was like, the more money we can make on the video, the more money we can send this guy and help him out. Yeah. And I think I struggled with that a little bit because, it actually took Blake and I a while to send the guy the money.
Right.
We kept putting it off, and, I struggled with the fact that, the video really hadn't done that great. And
we had tweaked some titles. We had changed some thumbnails. We just kept hoping to get that next push, out into the algorithm.
And then we did the thing where we put it on my channel and pretty much put the exact same video on Blake's channel. And I know you guys hate that sometimes because it feels like you're watching the same video twice. But we were really trying hard on this one for it to really make some really good money, so that we could really help this guy. Because, I mean, talking to him on the phone and, like, hearing some of the struggles that he has, money was going to ease those struggles and make life easier. So it was somebody we truly wanted to help. And like I said, I struggled with it because it really wasn't making as much as I was hoping it would make.
Right, and I kind of forgot about it. It kind of become a thing in the past to us. And, about a month ago, we decided to do 30 days of fasting together and prayer and getting in the Word together and just really seeking a direction on where God wanted us to go. And God, the first thing that he kind of laid on our hearts was, closing this chapter in our lives. And that was, hey, this is what you said that you were going to do. This hasn't been done, so, you need to take care of it. Right. And so we had kind of come together that morning in the office and we're praying about it. And I'm like, well, what do we want to do? How do we want to help this guy? And, I think you looked at the revenue. You said, hey, this is.
I pulled up the revenue and I'm going to be very transparent. I mean, the revenue on this video was $2,200. And I looked at that. I didn't tell Blake what I saw as the revenue. And I just said, hey, I think we ought to send him $2,000.
Yep.
And because in my head I was like, okay, $200, that covers the fuel for the truck that day, the mowers, it covers our lunch, our breakfast, things like that. So all that stuff was paid for, and this guy gets $2,000.
Right.
I wish it was like double, triple, quadruple that, but $2,000 is still a lot of money.
Right. Yeah, and that was the thing. Whenever I reached out to him, and so we were going to send him a check, and then we figured out it would be quicker to be able to wire it to him, and so we did that, and he instantly messaged me like, "Is this real?"
Yeah,
Like, well,
he thought
it's
it
there.
was.
Well, it's
He
there
thought
in
it
your
was a
account.
joke.
Yeah, it's there in your account. Yes, that's real. Like he
thought we were punking him,
yeah,
like we were some kind of scammers.
right.
And
Like
somehow,
if he clicks on it to actually
yeah,
view that balance,
he
that
was going to take it out of his bank account or
right,
something.
Yeah, and that he was really, just completely, set aside because of that. And then it kind of sunk in, and he started to share and open up more than he ever did before, and just sharing with us like the blessing that it was and where he was. He had just a few weeks before he had chipped his tooth, and he was in a ton of pain and needed to have some dental work, but couldn't afford it. And he said that this was over 3 times what he gets monthly to take care of his son and him.
Right.
And it just shook me to my core, just really brought things to life, to think that something that we thought was so insignificant and how much of a blessing. You would have thought we gave him $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you really would have.
Yeah, for sure. And it was tough because it was like, in my head, it was like, I want to get more,
Right.
and then
Yep.
And then it's like he's so excited about it, and then it warms my heart and wants me to get, makes me want to give him more, but we didn't have more to give.
Right.
So I hadn't talked to Blake about this, so he's getting put on the spot. And
we are going to
this video.
Yep, absolutely. I already know what you're going to say.
I want to, the proceeds of this video, whatever this video makes, I want to send to this guy and help him out a little more. I don't want to get into this guy's personal stuff, but he does have some issues himself,
Right.
So he's not able to work. He's on disability. So these people are living, more or less, his son's on disability and he's on disability, and they're living off of that.
Right.
And I know they're having a tough time.
Right.
And I'm hoping this video does better than the last video, and we're able to send him another 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we'll just give him everything this video makes.
Yeah, 100%.
And
whatever this video does, we'll give the whole proceeds to him. Maybe a little extra, who knows. We'll pray about it, and whatever God lays on our heart, that's what we'll make happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm excited about that. So just like we said in the beginning of this video, in the intro, is that the more you guys will go in and comment on the video, press that like button, send it to a friend and have them watch it. All those things help that algorithm on YouTube to push the video more, gets it to more new people to watch it, and that helps push the revenue. So I kind of like doing this. I've seen some other guys do like GoFundMes.
Right.
And I don't want to ask our audience for money. You know, I don't want to ask you guys to go to a GoFundMe and donate and your money into this.
Right.
Where we have a platform where if you just watch a video for free, it helps push the video that we make revenue on, and we can give that to him.
Yep.
So I'm not asking you to take any money out of your pocket. It's not taking any money out of my pocket. We're getting free money to give to this guy is the way I look at it.
Yep. Off somebody else's advertisement dollars. So
right.
Let's use it to bless him and, just pay it forward in that way. And I've been really excited about this. So, since we did that, I guess right out about a month ago, when we sent him the money, it's really kind of sparked in me, how can we go find more people with a story, with a true need to be able to help them give back. It's not just about the tall grass or the overgrown lawn or whatever. It's more about the person. Right. And, that's, for me, it's kind of stepping back, slowing down just a little bit, not chasing the video to video to video as it is, finding the right person each and every time. We're going to go invest that time, that they are appreciative to it, that we can bless them, and that we can truly make a difference for the kingdom. All this is going to perish one day. And what matters is how we've impacted the kingdom and glorified him. And, that's what we want to do. We want to be his hands and feet out here, loving his people. And this is a great opportunity. And so it's really sparked in me to just go above and beyond and to really be diligent in prayer to find these people that truly need it.
Yeah. And what Blake's talking about is going beyond just like fixing up somebody's yard or doing their landscaping. Does their house need to be painted? Does the fence need to be fixed? Do they have a deck that's rotted out and it needs to be rebuilt or just torn down and a little patio built? Right. All these little things. Do their kids have a place to play in the backyard? Can we build a playground for them? I mean, for me, it's like, can we find a single lady that has kids that maybe her husband was in the military, passed away, or was killed in service, all these things. There's so many stories out there like that where these people just need that little bit of help.
Yeah.
And
hope.
Yeah, hope. That's a good point too. And for us to be able to have the resources and the knowledge to do those kinds of things, and to be able to go out and do that and help them and utilize, like you said, the ad dollars from YouTube to pay for those things.
Right.
I think is amazing.
Yeah. And the skills that God's blessed us with, that's what we talked about, is using what we've been blessed with and, our toil to go out and to be able to pay it forward. And that's when we started this whole thing, was being able to use our blessings, which is our knowledge, our tools, our experience, and then pay it forward. And this is taking it to the next level, I think. I think this is the next thing. And we've already been praying about the next level beyond this, some really big things that God's laid on our heart that we just have to see him open that door of opportunity, and being able to bless some people that need it. And so I'm super excited, because I know that there's been times in my life where people have showed up at just the right time and helped me in really dark moments in my life. And I know that I want to pay it forward and what I do to be that ounce of hope to someone else in their dark moment. And so it's exciting to be on the flip side of that now, and to see the light, and to know when I thought I was on the edge that I didn't have to jump, and that we can, make it through this together.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, everyone struggles. Everyone goes through hard times in life, and that's the thing with our world so much. People won't step out and put their hand out to pick somebody up that's fallen. Right. A lot of times you see that person using that person as a stepping stone,
right,
to get to their next spot, not actually putting their hand out. And that drives me nuts, because I am always the kind of person that wants to help other people, and sometimes to my own dismay do I help someone else. But it's been amazing what YouTube has given us the opportunity to do, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Right. I'm super grateful for it. When we started this journey, 5, 6, 7 years, I don't even know anymore how many years.
YouTube, I've been on YouTube for 8 years.
For 8 years? Okay, so I think I'm 6.
Yeah, 6 or 7, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and it's just, to see the full circle, from starting out, filming the videos to help contractors and, grow their businesses, and then now to be able to do this. It's just another avenue to be able to give back.
Heck, whenever I started, it wasn't about other people watching my videos. It was about the fact that I wanted to be able to see the progression of my business.
Like a video journal?
Yeah, years down the road, I would look back, and then this crazy community of lawn care people started watching these vlog style videos of people mowing. And then, that turned into helping contractors, and Blake and I came together and built an entire company around trying to help contractors better their businesses in the lawn care and landscape industry.
Yeah, while we're talking about that, if you guys at home, any contractors, got one handy here. Completely not scripted, but
no, not at all.
The playbook right here, it's free. That's another thing God blessed us with, is it is free at Turf and Tools, where you can go there, download this, download the documents, download all these things that we spent weeks, months, and a lot of money putting together, that we felt like God laid on our heart to give it away to guys in need that can want to grow their business, because they probably don't have the money to spend on that because they're trying to grow their business.
Right.
To be able to help them. So go check it out, turfandtools.com. You can
download that completely free. You just put it in your cart. It's $0. Go through the checkout process, and you get a digital download, and you can open that. And the videos are actually, so it references videos in the playbook. I get this question all the time, so I'm going to answer it. The videos that it references in the playbook are actually on Blake's It's His Turf channel. There is a playlist that is marked.
Yep.
Is it marked the playbook?
Yeah, and every single page that it references a video, it actually has a link, has the link to the video.
Okay.
And if you just copy and paste that into the YouTube, it'll pull it right up.
Okay. So that answers the question of the videos that go along with the playbook, but you guys can go get that as well.
Yeah. The cool thing about that company too, though, it's kind of neat to look back on our journey, is with Turf and Tools, we gave away a truck and a setup to another lawn care guy.
Right.
So I think, what did he buy? The playbook? Is that all he bought?
Yeah, that's all he bought. Was the playbook.
He had bought the playbook. So he bought this right here. At that time, it was like $89.99 or something. And he ended up winning a F-250 4-door flatbed
diesel.
Yeah, with a 16-foot landscape trailer and racks, screen touch racks all over it.
All set up for a gooseneck trailer, the whole bit.
And it matched his personal truck too. So when he pulled up in his gray personal truck, I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." Now he gets a charcoal gray F-250.
So yeah, that was a cool day to be able to give away a truck. I mean, I think the value of that was somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000.
Yeah,
something like that. And to be able to do that, was pretty awesome. So I think for years, Blake and I have been trying to find ways to help people and give things away, and it took a long time to get there because, we tried Turf and Tools and that business model just never really worked out and the business kind of fell apart. Yeah. And Blake and I took a break from YouTube for about a year, and then we came together because of the tall grass stuff. We saw that as an opportunity to go out and start helping people again, people that were truly in need with something we're able to do and have the equipment to do. So we kind of jumped onto that bandwagon and started running with that. And now we're trying to figure out even bigger and better ways to help people and really give things away.
Right. I'm a firm believer in giving more than you take. And so, that's the plan through all of this, is just to continue to be able to give back to the community, our local community, to the YouTube community, and just in any way that we can. And it's always awesome to see the way that God plants seeds and the way that it opens doors. And, it always, people say, well, to give out of your, to give out of what you have, not out of your abundance, And so for me, it's always amazing to watch God bless it, tenfold, is what a lot of people say. But I don't even keep up with that. It's just, God, what do you want to do right here in this moment? With this opportunity. That's why I didn't hesitate when you said 2,000. I mean, it didn't matter. It didn't matter if that video made 1,000. In that moment, like we had dedicated that time to prayer, to seeking God and His Word, and I trusted that you were not in the world in that moment, and that you were seeking God for this answer, and that was what was laid on your heart. So that's what we were going to do.
Right.
And I trust you, and I trust that in that moment. And I do the same thing.
Yeah. And like, even after the fact, it wasn't like I saw the money come out of the bank account and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
I never got that feeling. It was just this feeling of, for lack of better words, warmth.
Right.
Inside, just to know that guy, it was almost like you could hear like the sigh of relief it wasn't even through the phone, it was through text messages.
Right.
But it was like you could just see it. The weight came off. I think he made a statement about, this is the first time in a long time that I've been caught up on all my bills and I don't owe anyone money.
Yeah, he was sending me everything like, hey, I just got this paid and I just got this paid and I got ahead on this. And, he put it all to very good use.
Yeah, absolutely. And it wasn't just wasted money.
Right.
I felt like we got... God laid the right person in the right place for us to give the money that it truly went to help him.
Right. Yeah. And another, flip side to the money, for me, I don't know about you, but it almost became like this shrine. The bank account had become the shrine to, these goals that we had with, HF construction and, with the things and the aspirations that we have to want to go and do. And God's like, it wasn't about all that. It was about helping people. This was the first vision. This was the first love. And, Scripture says that, not to abandon your first love. And that's, that's talking about God and God's vision and God's purpose. And so, I think that once we really kind of humbled ourselves and put ourselves in check for a moment, I in my head, I kept having this goal. Well, when we reach X, then we're going to tithe, and then we're going to start giving back, and then we're going to be doing these things. And God said, no, it's not about that. It's not about your abundance. It's about right now. Stop chasing the world. Don't be consumed with the world. Don't be trapped in this.
Yeah.
Slow down. Stop what you're doing. Refocus on me. Get in line. And I got some big things planned for you, and I think he does have some big things planned for us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot more that we're going to get to share with you guys as things progress. And we've got some big things in the work for Blake's channel right now. Do we want to tell any of that?
Yeah, we can definitely share it. It'll be coming out here in the next few weeks. So we just filmed the first 2 episodes of it.
Right.
And it is going to be a 3-acre pond build. And we are going to be filming the whole process of it, start to finish, all the neat features we're going to be putting into it. Hopefully some cabins. We got to still pray about that and really seek it. The wife is on board for the first time. So now, that she's on board, just want to make sure it's the right move for me and my family.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it, and I want it because for those at home that are watching, I want to give them the opportunity to be able to come here and be able to stay, maybe meet us, fish on the pond, things like that. I think that would be cool.
That's the part I'm excited about is once we get like the outdoor kitchen and the seating area and all that built, is to be able to invite people out here to use it.
Yeah. We'll show them just a little clip, or can we,
Yeah. How about we put it at the end of the video?
Okay.
If
awesome.
you watch all the way to the end of this video,
right,
you'll see some clips.
Yeah, stay tuned
of the pond starting to get built.
Right. Oh man. I'm
Episode
excited
1.
to share that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Some drone shot.
Yeah. We got lots of drone shots.
All right.
We got lots of bulldozers working. So it's a pretty neat process to see this whole pond thing coming together, and it's something Blake and I have been talking about for a while.
Yeah, I've been planning it for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to see it finally coming together in God's timing.
And we've been talking about, steadily talking about building it for a year.
Yep.
So it's exciting to get that going, to see that coming to life, and know that we can actually do that.
Right. And again, it's because of you guys at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And YouTube that has made this possible.
Like you said, hopefully we can invite people out, and we can have kind of a meet and greet get together out here. And if people live close enough and want to come to Hot Springs, Arkansas, which is a huge tourist town,
I forget that.
visit this town. Blake grew up here. I didn't. So I realize it's a tourist town. He forgets.
Yeah.
But maybe somebody can make a weekend trip of it, and we can have a get together, and everyone can kind of check out the pond. And
absolutely.
If we end up building the cabins, we'll see. But maybe we can give away a couple nights stay at the cabin.
Yep.
Do something like that.
That'll be awesome.
So, guys, we're coming to the end of the video. I truly appreciate you guys watching it. And if you made it this far, like we've said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below, and share this video if you can, because we are dedicating the money from this video. We're going to send to this guy and see if he can help him even more.
Yep. Hopefully it'll be right in time for the holidays.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's perfect. So hopefully we can get his son some awesome Christmas presents. That would be awesome. I like that. So let's push this one. Let's get it out there, and let's help him.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Right. And thanks for watching the first episode of After the Mow. I like the name.
Oh, yeah. Me too.